Starting seated. Welcome. Welcome to beginning yoga. Been playing with my manual for this yoga stick. So that's why this is out. Planning on doing a little tutorial with that soon. And we sometimes use it in class to open the arms. But today we're just going to start seated and open our arms with our own hands. So let's start with the left elbow behind the head, right hand on that left elbow. It's incredible to, multitask. So I know we're just getting started, but this movement of the elbow up behind the head and the grounding of the sit bones down, eyes closed, the shape of the arms. Deep sigh in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Allowing your chest and heart to lift and lengthen upward. Chin stays level. Couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Next breath, take this right arm and bring it around the back and underneath, possibly to reach for the fingers. If not, just rest the back of the right hand on the rib cage or the upper back. Oh yeah. I'm dropping my head forward, chin down to the chest, using the pressure of the top arm, and then back up. Nice. Gently release the arms. Take the hands out, palms up, and just circle. You can turn the hands gradually down. Woo, starting to yawn. I love it. Chin drops to the chest. And then hands turn back up again. Go the other way with the circles. And then hands on the shoulders. Circle out the elbows wide and big. Yeah. Deep sigh if you have it. Circle the other direction. Yay! So happy to be here. Yes. Doing our yoga. Good. All right, so now it's right elbow behind the head, left hand grabs that elbow, and we're just lengthening upwards. Close the eyes, ribs stay in. Let those yawns come. Chin drops low, and length up through that right side of the body. Feel your face and jaw soften and relax. Next breath, take that left arm, bring it high, spiral it around the back, reaching for the fingers. If you can, if not, no big deal. Again, just rest that back of the hand on the upper mid-back. And if it felt good to you on the other side, do the same, dropping the chin forward by using the right elbow. Chin down. Excellent. Gently come out. Release the arms. I just love those yawns. And then cactus arms, hearts lifting, elbows sort of tuck inward towards you, hearts lifting. Little sips of air. Sternum, clavicles broadening. Excellent. Good. Hands behind the head, interlace, chin to the chest. And then rock the chin right and left. Yeah, I didn't mention how I was sitting, but I am just sitting with a block underneath my hips and my legs are tucked underneath me. But if that's uncomfortable for your knees, just sit cross-legged. Arms coming high again, C curve to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Again, anytime you have yawns or expression of breath, let that happen. It's your body telling you what it needs. Move over to that left side, right elbow lifts up. Good. Excellent. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, chin to the chest, elbows towards each other again. Oh, wow. I just got some nice pops in my low back and in my neck. Excellent. Good. Gently come up. Gonna release the hands. And I can't stop yawning. Sorry. It's a good thing. It's waking up the brain. I'm going to switch my legs so that I'm cross-legged now. And put the non-habitual foot in front. Okay, and I'm on a block because it helps drop the knees down. So I'm on my non-habitual foot in forward. So I'm lining up my heels, tucking my sit bones behind me. And I'm going to try to get this whole pelvic bowl to tilt forward. Wow, feel a little crooked. This is why we do this. See if you can find that symmetry and come walking forward gently. So it might just be a little bit and let your head drop. Oh yeah. Soften into the back. Oh my gosh, let the back drop. The lower sit bones pull back as your head drops down and lower. Again, I'm still getting these expansive feeling through the low back. So hopefully you are too. You can walk the hands to one side, stretching out the opposite side. I think I'm yawning for you guys. That's sometimes what happens. Letting that tension go since we're all connected here. Inhale, come back to center. And off to the other side. Oh, reaching. When I find these sensations, I just go with it. Hopefully you will too. Let the head hang. Find some movement with your breath. There's that exhale. Let that exhale happen. It's an interactive experience. Sensing what's going on. Come back to center. Pop yourself back up by walking your hands in, and you're going to switch your feet. Okay, so we'll do the same exact thing, but now with the other foot in front, which is the more comfortable side. That's kind of why I saved it for last, because it's an easier stretch. Feel more in symmetry. Okay, now walk the hands forward, sit bones back. If you feel like you want to take the block out, you can take the block out. Let the head drop. Keep the back heavy. And this time I'm walking to that opposite side. So good. Inhale, come back to center. This time it might go a little deeper. Who knows, Could use your head on the ground or on a block. And then walk your fingers to the other side. So you did both sides. All right, all finished. Come back to center, walk the hands in. Ooh, yep, unwind the legs. Come unwinding the legs, and however it looks, because that was a lot, kind of shake them out, pound them out. Oh yeah, really good. I love the pounding, especially if you've been working with your legs, walking or doing any exercise with the legs. You need a little bit of circulation to flow that lactic acid and flush that out, that soreness out. Hello, nice to see you. All right, I'm going to take the block out now. So if you have that underneath you, definitely take it out. Take the left foot and bring it back in. Right arm to the left knee. Good, feeling your torso tall. Look behind you. And then left arm comes high up to the ceiling. And even just that stretch there, do you feel that? You can take it a little deeper by just bringing the torso over towards that right leg. Just stay tall. Should feel it all the way up through the left rib cage into that left hip. Wow. Gently come out. Just switch sides. We'll keep it simple. So you're going to straighten that left leg. You do a little pounding if you like, which I feel like I need, especially on this left leg. Now we're on the right heel. Right heel comes in. Left arm comes high. Reach over towards the right knee. Excellent. Take an inhale to let your torso grow tall. And then turn. Look over the right shoulder. Inhale, right arm comes up to the ceiling. Even that extension through the rib cage as you reach it all the way up, and then find a little bit of C curve over towards that left leg. Not wanting to, go past that edge. You want that perfect sweet spot where you can find the breath and the length of the fingers, the ribs. Even the left leg is involved as that toe mound on the left foot reaches away from you. Beautiful. Gently come out. Exhale, release the legs and come into reverse tabletop. So I'm just spinning on my mat, fingertips towards me. In fact, before we lift up with the hips, explore the shoulder rotation as you move in a circle with your heart up, side, down, left. Little bounce in the elbows. And then switch directions. Make sure you go the other way. Hello! Nice to have you, Savannah. Good. All right. Beautiful. So then find the center. Let your clavicles open a bit. Inhale, and then exhale, hover the hips. Take a little baby steps, little bounce. And then all the way up into reverse tabletop. Hopefully it's okay on your wrists. If not, just use your elbows. Use your elbows instead. I'll show you what that looks like. Elbows can work nicely too. You're just letting that upper body be strong, right? And you could just play with pulsing that. That could work too, or tabletop, where you're adjusting the hands how you like. Come out when you need to. This is your practice. I really want the inner guru, the inner talking to happen for you. Woo, good. Come on down. Once your hips are down, rock the knees right and left. Oh yeah, that feels good. Side to side. Next time you're on your right side, let that right glute just sort of circle out. Jackson! Ooh, what you doing? Go lay down. So you're massaging that glute muscle. And then switch sides. Again, if you're finding it hard on the elbows, on the hands, just go to the elbows. Massage. Just rubbing that glute muscle, which is like the biggest muscle in our body, besides our quad. Wow. Good. Oh, awesome. So, quick way to heat up. What do you think about Navasana, boat pose? Different levels of expression of this posture. You could support yourself with your hands and then just hover the feet. Or next, you keep the heels off the ground and you release your hands. Okay. Or you open this up to about 90 degrees and you still are in Navasana. And then final expression, straighten the legs, gaze towards your toes, and hold. And hold. Good. Gently release. Bring your hands around your shins, and it's like a child's pose where you're hugging your knees to your forehead, rounding the back. Oh, wow. Soften into the back. Your whole back round. Forehead coming closer and closer to your knees. Your eyes are closed. Maybe there's a little bit of side to side where you're rocking to the right glute, rocking to the left glute. Chin to the chest. Try to stay with it. Just sense the right hip, sense the left hip. Come back to center. Head comes up. Hover the toes. Deep breath. Navasana number 2. So you can start with your hands behind you. Engage the navel inward. Let the chest lift up, the shoulders stay down the back. Suction in the navel. This is where the power comes, right at that base. And then tilt a little bit forward to release the hands. Open up the knees. Straighten the legs. Hold for 5. Always use your best judgment. You can come back to, you were restless, I'm sorry. You can come back to that support with the hands, always. Woo. That's hard. Nice. Come into hugging the knees again. Yeah, try it with cross legs. See what happens with cross legs. Right ankle in front of the left. Wrap it up. And then switch the ankles. Wrap it up. Nice. And then rock and roll. Back to the front of the mat. Hands underneath the kneecaps. Collapse into that low back. See if you can roll. Hopefully it feels okay on your back. Inhale to lift tall. 4 count breath. Exhale to drop back. Inhale. Exhale. I'm feeling some nice sinus clearing. Yoga is amazing for the immune system. Detoxifying my lymphatic system, my sinus cavity. Just like, whew, loving it. Great for allergies. Getting that circulation going. All right. So then find your way to tabletop, not reverse tabletop, but regular tabletop where we are facing downward. Whew. Cat-cow. rounding into the back, chin into the chest. And then you know what comes next. It's that cow. Cow is the sway back of the cow where you're envisioning that whole belly just dropping downward, yet the sit bones, which are these, push the right underneath where the glute and the hamstring come in contact, reaches back, and then your heart reaches forward. Alternating that to cat to cow. Feels good, yeah. You could even bend your arms. You can even have your pet or your kid underneath you as a bridge. I saw that. Too cute. Last 2 breaths. Last one. And then sit back into child's pose. You can use a block for your forehead or your double fists, letting the hips come all the way back. The whole body's relaxed. Deep inhale through the nose. Wide open exhale, mouth. Again, inhale nose. And let it out through the mouth. Good. And then the same thing that we did with when we were seated, reaching forward with the upper body, fingertips towards the front of the mat. And then walking the fingers over to the right. Come back to center. And then the other side, just stretch out that opposite side. So good. Inhale, nose. Exhale, nose. Wow. Come back to center. And then into tabletop. Prepping our tabletop for down dog. We're ready now, I think, for our down dog. So spread your fingers wide. My shoulders are broad, so I tend to bring my little pinkies right to the edge of the mat and spread my fingers like a starfish. Index fingers straight ahead and sink into the thumb mound. Tuck the toes under. Push like you're taking off from the ground with your ribs knitted in and your chin is level. Hover the knees. Just a tad. And feel that space. You can even pulse forward and back. And then pause. Inhale. Use that exhale to straighten and push the head down towards the ground. Straighten the legs and lengthen through the arms. Letting the head drop. Good. That's it. You're in your down dog. Yay! Alternating heels for walking the dog. For those of you who are building up your shoulder strength, you can always come out and go back in. Or you can even go into puppy pose, which we'll do next. We'll do puppy pose next. But take a couple more breaths in this variation of calf pressure right and left. One more press, right and left. Excellent. All right, so then dropping the knees. I'm walking my feet back a little bit just because I know how long my upper body is and I don't want my fingers to go off the mat. So make sure that you have all that space ahead of you to straighten out your arms. But before you straighten out your arms, give it a support with the elbows. That's a great way to segue into straight arms. Noticing how broad the chest is, and also not sagging too much in your midsection. You want that section of the ribs. Maybe activate. You can find some activation through the legs upward, the hip creases upward and back. Feel that? And then keeping that activation, which is a lot of intention, then straighten out the arms and see what happens, dropping the head. The head doesn't touch. I've used this so many times with clients who need a head support. The head's not coming down, so you just support it with the block, which is different than my body. My body can go all the way down. My forehead can come all the way down. So just check in, see what you need. If you need the floor to come closer to you, blocks are helpful. Keeping the activation in the legs. In fact, I'm going to try an experiment. Come out when you need to. I'm going to try an experiment. I'm going to try to squeeze my block in between my thighs to see what happens. Oh yeah, completely different. It's awesome. Reminding you to use the inner lift, the inner lock, Mula Bandha. Puppy pose, Mula Bandha. Oh, plenty. Walk the hands back, all the way back. Tuck the toes under and come into forward fold at the back of the mat. Okay, know that if you are in this forward fold and it's nice and rounded at the top, don't worry, just bend your knees, maybe even support yourself. Everybody's body's different, but if you're able to hang comfortably, grab the elbows and just let that forward fold happen. Check in with the feet. Want the feet to be nice and firm. Again, blocks are so cool because they help you activate. So I've been doing my forward fold with the block in between my calf because I know that I need more fire through my left leg. It reminds my left leg to fire up. Even up the weight in the feet. And you can find that undulation of that upper body with breath. Inhale to lengthen upward with the arms and then drop them down on the exhale. 2 more like that. Inhale. A little bit of pulse. Exhale to straighten out the arms. Elbows are floating. All right. Plenty. Find your sway upward. I'm just using the hands on the shins, rolling gradually to that halfway point. And then all the way up. You guys are awesome. And then shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. A little bit of bounce, a little bit of rock. Keep breathing. Oh, so good. Oh, yeah. Love the bounce. Eyes are closed. Bounce into the hips. You can even pound the back. Pound the belly. All right, how about warrior one? Okay, so we'll do left side. We always do the right side, so let's shake it up a bit. Left leg forward, right leg back. Warrior one. Make it broad, so left foot to the left side of the mat, right toes to the right side of the mat. Feel the left hip crease move back and settle in. Yep, that's it. Bring the arms out, parallel to the earth, and then scoop the shoulders onto the back. Come into cactus arms. Find some belly lift. Left hip crease pulls back. Maybe go a little deeper and just hold. Warrior one. Yeah. It's like a back bend. Any play with the arms that you like. Just keeping the chest broad, the belly lifted, left hip crease back. Go ahead and take the hands to the low back and look up. Elbows pulling towards each other. Push into the back foot a little bit. Push into the front foot a little bit more. Turn that right hip forward. That's it, last breath. Chin comes down, inhale, step up. Right leg. Woo, that was good. Good for the foot, huh? Deep sigh, deep bounce. All right, other side. Right foot forward, left leg back. Nice and wide. And all those little adjustments are helpful. Right hip crease moves back and down. Left leg pushes into the floor. Lower belly lifts. Ribs in. Arms parallel. Scoop the shoulders onto the back. Broaden the chest and upper back through cactus arms. Gently look up. Spread the toes. Try lifting the toes for a moment and then dropping them. Push into the ground. Heart's lifting. Long breaths. Hands to the low back. Support your low back. Open up the chest. Let the chest come back up. The heart. Oh, yes. Look up. Elbows towards each other. Give it a little press. Left hip drops forward. Right hip pulls back. Activate the glute. I know you guys are like, what? What should I work on? The whole body. You're working on the entire body. Chin comes down. Inhale. Slowly step up. That's it. Plus, you know what? When we move through the body like that, keeps our mind active, we stay present. We stay present in the body. So that's what that's for. That's how I've trained myself to stay in poses longer, because I go through the entire body. Yeah. All right, so warrior two. Left side first. Turn into that left knee. Go a little wider. This time, the left heel lines up to the inner arch of the right leg. So you want that on the same plane. Really helpful. Settle into that front knee. Ideally, you can go really low, which strengthens this whole left leg. Pull the hip underneath you, and then check in with the upper body. Let this be free in the shoulders. Spread the arms wide. And then this last thing for me always is that push into that right knee. I push it back and then roll to the outer edge of the ankle and then sink into the toe mound. I know, a lot to think about, but it's good. It makes a very active warrior two. Ventilate your gaze over the left ring finger. Stay tall, stay low, fire up the legs like you're on ice, and I'll stop talking now. Feel it. All right, straighten the front leg, hands on the waist. Turn over to the other side by just pivoting on the feet. Really good. Settle in. All those things that we did on the other side. See if you remember those cues and just do it on your own. Settle in. Feel your body. Your own little setup. You can go wherever you like with your mind when you're adjusting your body. I like going from the bottom up though. Oh, so good. Straighten that front leg, really nice. Turn that right toe in, and now you have your feet parallel to each other. It's a great shoulder stretch here. Inhale, bring the arms high. Exhale, interlace the hands behind you, right to the webbing, and then push it down. Good. Your legs are still wide. I just wanted to show you my hands. And then find lift upward, look upward, heart, chest, clavicles, exploration. And then when you're ready, it's that forward fold. I'm bending my knees, going slow. Even that pulsing helps. All the way over into forward fold. Last 2 breaths. Good. Release the hands slowly to the low back. You can pound it out. Really nice. And then turn to the right side and then bend into that knee into a sort of squat lunge. Go use your best judgment, so it doesn't have to go deep. It could just go halfway to each side. So mine is a little tight, but if yours, you could just go a little bit of like pulse, right and left. So just find your expression of this posture. That's good. Love that, Priscilla. Nice. One more set. If you decide to linger on one side, you can even walk the hands forward. And switch. Woo, such a good stretch, you guys. All right, come back to that middle place. Heel toe, let's heel toe in. I promise, one more standing. Heel toe in, roll yourself up, however you want to get there. Bounce it out, fix your clothes. One more standing tree pose, I think will be great. And then we'll go back and lay on our back and do a little bit of upside down pigeon and some twists. That will feel really nice on the low back. And then bridge pose. Yeah, so gosh, so much. I always have so much to share with you. Oh my gosh, it's already 10:17, so we'll make it. We'll make it. All right, right foot, inside edge, so anywhere in between for tree pose, standing balance. Also, wall, excellent. You can always use a wall to support you, and then when you feel balanced, you just come off the wall. Such a great way to do your tree pose. That's it. If you go fall out, you go right back in. Find a focal point. Standing leg, standing foot presses down, making yourself grow a little taller. Hands can go anywhere, you know. They can come right at your heart. You can fly. This helps balance a lot of times. Or reaching up, growing the tree. You can feel it on the ankle, right? On the standing foot. Sheesh, especially if you've had any injuries in your feet. Works that scar tissue out with pressure and balance. Constantly influx. All right, plenty. Hands come down, release that knee. You can do it in symmetry. Knee comes forward, leg drops down. Switch sides. Sink into that right foot, left leg comes up. Like assisting, letting it hook right into that inner thigh. Wherever you want your arms. Yep. You can also use one hand on a piece of furniture too, or the stick. Oh my gosh, where'd my stick go? If you happen to have a yoga stick, it's such a great support tool in case you need to balance, you know? You can just use that. It's awesome for tree. You can even use it to exaggerate the pose, you know? You're holding it above your head. These are little tricks. Plus, it entertains us. It's like, oh, how many times have I done tree pose? Well, not ever this way. You know, we like that interest, that creative, exploration of our practice. Keeps us coming to our mat. So, highly encourage just exploring different ways of holding your body. Maybe there's a little lean to the side or a little bend in the knee, you know, anything to shift it up. It's so good. All right, tree pose done. So let's go down to the floor. I'm going to stand at the front of the mat and go through a flow, just that yoga dance. It's your opportunity, an excuse to use that high to low movement, forward fold to halfway lift, to planted hands, to high plank. High plank, just like a board. Hold, we haven't been here yet today. Knees can drop. And then that push-up, a little bit of bend in the elbows, chaturanga arms. Belly comes right to the mat, tops of the feet firm. Open up the chest into a low cobra. Ooh, really good. And then hover the hands. So it's so powerful that you're hovering the hands, hovering the toes. And then let it go. Head drops, arms down by your sides, massaging the belly. You can bend the knees and rock. Whew. Let it go. Turn your head the other way, deep inhale. And let it out through the mouth. All right, so I promised upside down pigeon. So just turn yourself over on the mat. Take one arm over to the side. Gently roll onto the back. Nice expression of symmetry by just pounding the back. So you push into the feet, lift and drop. Good. And then sit up. Bring your fingertips towards your knees, curving into the low belly. Roll down slowly. All right, left side. We're having left side theme first. Left leg over the right knee into upside down pigeon. So good. Feels awesome on the hips. So it's like a 4. Left foot over the right knee, right under the knee. You could reach through the hole here, grabbing the hamstring or even the kneecap. Depends on the flexibility, what feels right for you. Find a little pressure of the ankle into the top of the knee, sort of. And breathe. Whew. Rock, movements, lower belly. Back of the head firm. That means that the chin is not looking up. If you can, drop that chin a little lower so that you have space in the neck and in the curve of the neck behind your head, right at the base of the skull. And hold for stillness. See what it feels like in just quiet stillness for 2 breaths. Excellent. Gently release. Unwind that top leg. Straighten out the legs straight up to the ceiling. You can even bring the feet apart into a V. Hold that. Feel the creases in your with your hands. Feel your hip bones inside, and then pulse. Right side lifts, left side lifts. Notice any change in the low back, in the hip sockets. You're wanting symmetry there, right and left hemisphere. Good. Once you find that, go even out by both feet roll, shoot towards the bottom of the mat, and then forward. Just do that. Shoot to the bottom of the mat, and then forward. Good. Now pause 90 degrees. Knees right over the hips, and the heels right off the knees. And then do the same with the arms. Rock the arms right and left. Reaching up to the ceiling, up and down. You can alternate too. Good. Pause. Dead bug, actually. This is dead bug. Creating symmetry. All right, right foot into pigeon pose. Bring it over that left knee. Reach through, grab the hamstring. Oh, wow. Just those adjustments to create symmetry in the body with dead bug changes the dynamic of this upside down pigeon pose. These are all real subtle, advanced, I would say, yoga awareness. But if you practice like I've been practicing, you will sense it and you will know it in your body. Like right now, just because I did that prep with the dead bug, so much more sensation in the rotation of my right hip socket. Powerful stuff, you guys. Cannot underestimate the healing power of inner seeing, inner looking, inner awareness. We find that, we find the secret to healing our body, healing the energy, raising our frequency. to one that is more connected to our highest self. Body, mind, and spirit. All right, I think that's about plenty on that right leg. Unwind that top right leg. And we're closing up. So what do you want? Do you want happy baby? A twist? Okay, this is happy baby, where your legs are just straight up, a little bit closer, not quite like dead bug, but more knees up towards your shoulders and side of the body. That's excellent. Can add a twist, just 90 degrees with the legs, and then drop the knees to one side. Oh, that's awesome. I think that's what I want. Turning, looking the opposite direction. Twist is excellent. Yeah, really sweet. If you're in that twist, make sure you do both sides. And then I definitely feel the need to support my back in bridge pose. So hopefully you have a block. Last one before Shavasana. Support your back by lifting your hips and sliding the block underneath. Make sure you have the length in the upper body and just let that be heavy. Supported bridge. Awesome. If you feel ready, you can rest in the most important posture just to sort of absorb all the work that you just did. Slide the block out, roll upper back, middle back, low back. And you guys know my go-to for Shavasana, because I have my blocks handy. You can always use a bolster underneath your knees. That's great too, where you're just letting your knees rest on a bolster. But for me, I slide the blocks right up to where my sit bones meet my femur, and I let the legs rest on those. Feel like it surrenders my back a little bit more. And then hands by your sides, and just rest. Let go of the sound of your breath and find that soft, seamless, quiet, effortless breath. More than welcome to stay. In this Shavasana posture. And if you feel ready to wake up, and start with your hands, fingers, wiggling. And then your toes. Yeah, the slower you go, just keeping that zen, feeling that calm. Deepen the breath. Deep sigh, rock of the head. Even this feels good. Interlace the fingers and bring the hands behind the head and drop the chin to the chest. Rocking the chin to the right and to the left. Nice. Put the head back down. Now go for the knee up towards the shoulder. Circle the knee out. Hold the knee towards you. Drop it back down and switch. Left knee comes up. Circle out that left hip. Hold the knee up towards your shoulder. Still heavy. And then the right knee comes up. Rock broad strokes right and left. Circle up the ankles. Deep sigh. And then roll to the side that feels good to roll towards, and just roll to that side. Again, those deep sighs helpful. Especially now, lots of stuff can still come up at the end of class, you know. Walking your hands up. Right into a full meditation posture. Last thing to come up, head, chin, chest. That's it, yeah. Hands next to your heart. And taking a moment to sense your palms. Sense your third eye. Know that you are a divine being and you are fully supported and connected to source energy, which is healing, all-knowing, and all-wise. All right, namaste, you guys. Thanks for being here. Jackson always knows. He's like, yes, she's done. He's a skeleton. I still have to paint him, and yeah, he's a skeleton. Those are his ribs. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I did it. Yeah. Can you see him? Let's see. There he is. Yeah, there he is. He cracks me up. Yeah. All right, you guys. Thanks for being here. All right, Priscilla, you made it today. That's awesome. Carol was here last week all by herself. It was good. And Savannah's here. Yay. All right. Bye. Have a great, great week. And I'll see you next week. Okay, you're welcome. Bye, you guys. Bye. All right. Thanks for watching the replay. And I hope to see some comments who watched the replay. All right. Let me know. Thanks for watching. See you next week, every Wednesday. Bye.